it is time again for the Sephora savings event. There are lots of videos out there showing you all kinds of great new stuff that you can get from Sephora for discount of anywhere from 10 to 15 to 20% if you're the highest level, which is Rouge. However, no one's talking about the Sephora brand products. A lot of them are really, really good. And right now, all the way through the 6th, which is Monday, they're 30% off. And all you have to do is be a member. You don't have to be Rouge level or anything. So let's go ahead and look at all of the great things that you can be getting from the Sephora brand for the biggest discount, which is 30% off. And they already start at almost drugstore prices for really high quality items. And that plus 30% off, you are definitely paying drugstore prices for higher end cosmetics. All right, so let's just go ahead and get into this look, and I will just go through all of the products and show you what they cost right now, 30% off. Really good deal. So let's start with the base. I picked this up because Tati recommended it. She said it was a lot like the Benefit one that is very, very popular. This one is very, very brown. I was a little worried about that when I first got it. For somebody like me, I'm like, oh no, that's not going to work for me. It really does, for the most part, disappear. There is a little tinge of color left there, but honestly, it's easy to correct with foundation over it or concealer, and sometimes I actually need to warm up my foundation a little bit being so pale, so it's actually not the worst thing in the world for me. What I do like about it is it really does create a really nice kind of silicone-y, marshmallowy base that really does help to blur pores. For all these items, I'm going to be putting the price up that you would be paying at 30% off. Let's get into the next thing. These concealers. Now, this isn't their really, really thick concealer. This is the Bright Future Serum Concealer. I don't like their other concealer. I waited and waited for it to come out. It is too heavy and cakey for my skin. I'm almost 50 years old. I can't be wearing stuff like that. I mean, I do have fine lines and wrinkles and all that stuff, and it really caked really pretty bad with that. This stuff reminds me very much of the Makeup Forever HD Skin, the new one. Very, very thin, but it also blends away really, really seamlessly. Really beautiful if you don't have a ton to cover up. What I went ahead and did, and I think I would normally add something with just a little more coverage to go over the extra blue parts. What I did with this one is I put a couple coats on it, and I did use it a second time to try and cover up a little bit more. For me, I still don't have quite enough coverage with this, but I have extremely blue under eyes. So I think that this is going to work just great for a whole lot of other people who don't have extremely dark under eyes. And honestly, I used this as a foundation, and I think it worked really beautifully that way. And it has such a smooth finish to it that I really am going to start using this more. I had this, and then I picked up another color. I got the a slightly darker pinker color, which is the one I used today. I had put it in a drawer and kind of forgot about it, probably because it didn't have as much coverage as I usually like. And yeah, when I tried it in the store, it was really beautiful on my hand. I can always tell. I will put stuff on my hand. My hands are wrinkly and they have a lot more age than my face because I've done more things to my face to try and keep it from aging. Kind of forgot about my hands. So my hands are a good indicator in store whether it's going to sit in creases and wrinkles like right away and how it's going to dry, and then obviously if it's going to oxidize and change colors. No oxidization with these that I could see, and it made my hand skin look better, not worse. So that's a really good indicator that this is going to be great. And I've put it all over my face and it looks very smooth today. Very happy with these. So highly recommend these, and there's the price that you're going to pay. Drugstore prices. Really, like, it's worth just picking up even if you're curious, because you're going to get use out of these for, I think it's like $7.80 or something like that. I'll put it up. Powders. Nobody talks about this. These have been some favorite powders of mine for years. I've actually had these for a couple years and I just pulled them back out. I try so many powders, but these are super ultra smooth. These are their Matte Perfection powder foundations. I just use them as a powder that has color and coverage. Ultra smooth and soft. I have always loved the finish of these. Look how absolutely smooth that is. Back when I was first purchasing these, I repurchased, I think, the slightly darker one, and I have a lighter one that I use for highlights. Um, I think I probably got it 4 or 5 times because I was just going through it, especially when I had oily skin. It was really nice when I had oily skin, but I can even wear this with very dry skin. It's not sitting in my pores. It's just offering a little bit of smoothing and coverage. Really like these. Nobody talks about them. Definitely worth checking out. Okay, I wasn't even going to get this, but then I was talking to one of the managers there who was very helpful. I encourage you, if you have questions, the people who work at Sephora are so helpful, and I really love just walking around and chatting with them and asking them what they think of stuff because they've tried everything. Some of them are makeup artists. It's super helpful. So she recommended the Sephora Instabrow Waxy Brow Pencil. And she helped me find the right color because I would have gone with a color that was a little too dark because this outside part looked like, and the name taupe made me think, oh no, taupe's always really gray. Well, this one's actually not. This is actually a good color for my brow hairs. The special thing about this is that it is really thick, but it has the wax in it. It's very soft, and so it helps hold your brows as well. So it's like a two-in-one product, and I really appreciate that because I do kind of have sort of wild brow hairs that don't want to sit down, but I don't always like to put, some sort of brow product on top of my other brow product. I'm lazy, and so I'll come back later in the day and see that they're like all wild and crazy and have to brush them and fix them again. This really has been doing a really good job of holding them in place. It is a good color that does work for me as a strawberry blonde, which is hard to find. And I do wish that I had gotten, they had a smaller, thinner micro pencil that had the same color. This is their taupe. I wish I'd gotten that one because the one issue is that this is very soft, which is nice. It makes it easy to work with, but I like to use some little detailed brush strokes right here, and I think that the finer pencil would have really helped. So I would recommend you get that one in addition to this one, unless you like a little bit more blocky of a brow. I was still able to just use one of my other brushes to, put just a couple little hairs there, so it looks a little more natural. It wasn't just like so. These so far, I'm really liking this. Love that it holds for you, and it's a nice soft hold. You don't feel it's not crusty, so nobody wants that. So yeah, these are really good. Moving on, eyeshadows. So of course you can go get an eyeshadow palette. They have some palettes, but I really like kind of special, really shimmery shades, and so they have these really great little singles that are on sale right now, and they're so pretty. Like this one is like very soft. There's lots of different finishes. I mean, look at how shimmery that is. That is beautiful. It's like a high end. And the one thing I will say is they have several different formulas. You have to go swatch them. Some of the formulas are not my favorite, and I'm actually going to return a couple that I got that were mm-mm. But these particular ones that I'm all listing, I mean, look at I mean, that's beautiful. That is absolutely high end. It's super beautiful. I can use it for all kinds of looks. A lot of times I like it if I really want to pop in the center. If you just want some sophisticated, really high end shimmers, these are great ones that you can actually give a try to and, or travel with. It's nice to have that smaller, like I'm just going to do, like today, I wanted this to be sort of a neutral to holiday look that you can do. Something that is sophisticated, it's good in the daytime, it's good at night, It's very neutral. Anybody can wear this. Like, this is going to look good on pretty much all skin tones. They have, everything that you need there. I highly suggest you just go and start swatching and see what you like, because they really do have some beautiful shades. And especially those are the special shades that you end up buying like a whole big $69 palette for, and it's really for like 3 or 4 shades that you're like, that's really amazing. Look at the shimmer on that. That's really beautiful. A lot of times, that's true of the ABH palettes or the Natasha Denona palettes or the Huda Beauty palettes, where they have a few just shades that get you to buy the whole thing. If you don't have that kind of budget, or you just don't want to spend that kind of money, go and get some of these singles. Such a good deal, exactly what you need, nothing that you don't, and super versatile. So, highly recommend those. Okay, I kind of went buck wild because a few weeks ago I went and tried a bunch of their waterproof, like they're both an eyeliner and supposed to be, you can use them for eyeshadow as well. I'm not really using them as an eyeshadow, but I do like thick and chunky sticks because you can really give it a nice wing like base, and it does give you the option of using a brush to fan it out or leaving it really, really solid. These ones are their old ones. I still really, really like these, but they literally just updated, and I bought a couple of the new ones just in the last few weeks. They updated to these. The formula feels the same to me. Smooth, butter smooth. It just like, and if you let it dry down, it does not budge. It is on there. Like, it's hard to get off. But the upgrade that they did on these is they added a sharpener. So, I mean, I think that's a good upgrade, especially since they didn't change the formula. The formula seems really, really nice. And they have a much finer point on them. I didn't wear this one today. Oh, I accidentally bought two blue, and I meant to get a blue and a black. I just wasn't paying attention. This is a beautiful formula though. This is their skinny liner. You do have to sharpen it, but it has got that same formula. It's just like it glides on. It is intense, deep, dark. It dries to a non-budge finish. Gorgeous, gorgeous gel type liner. Really like this formula, and I can't wait to get my black when I go exchange the second blue for the black. So their liners, I have to say, I am super impressed with, and I've kind of switched over to using them pretty much exclusively. Final part of the eyes. Very nice manager recommended that I try the Big by Definition, the Sephora one. And I was like, oh, that's a small little, I don't know. I really like fat applicators. This one's kind of small. Uh, this is great. She said that she was really surprised by it too, and I would agree with her. This is beautiful. I like that it's not a tubing mascara, so it is not flaking off into my eyes. It is easy to remove at the end of the day. I am really enjoying this, and a couple coats. I mean, I'm getting length and volume. It's very dark black. I mean, this one's like sneaker. It's a surprise. I would highly recommend this, especially for the price. Okay, that leaves us lips. I love lip products, and I love any kind of excuse to buy lip products. So yeah, let's do it. These are my favorite lip liners, bar none. Have been for the last year or so. Same thing as their eyeliners, smooth, creamy, glides right on. And then these ones, I absolutely love the colors, which really suit me. And I love that you can do that. I am lazy. I don't want to sharpen if I don't have to. I really, really like the liners. Highly recommend those, especially for the price. And I actually really like a lot of the Sephora lipstick formulas. So this one has got just the tiniest bit of shimmer. It goes on really smooth. It's very comfortable, and it's actually light enough that I would wear this one just by itself, like if I'm wearing a sweatshirt or something like that. And I'm kind of going for browns, but I don't want to be like, like you know, you're out in a sweatshirt and jeans, it's a little much to have full lip going on. This, really comfortable to just swipe on. It gives you a little something, but not too much. Really, really like this. And then I have talked about these before. I love particularly these, the glossed formula. These are just, I mean, they're every bit as good as the high-end lip glosses. They have a lot of shimmers and different colors. These are two of my favorite colors, and I've been using them a lot lately. And they don't travel a whole lot. They kind of when you put them down, they stay where you put them, which, yes, 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 especially if you're older like me, stuff tends to wander off and feather on your lips because your lips just aren't quite as defined as they used to be. So, okay, and then finally, I have been looking since I kind of wanted to have this also be, since a lot of people are doing holiday shopping, I wanted to have this be a possible holiday look. You can see the red lipstick. I've been looking for a good cool toned red lipstick that will be like chef's kiss for any kind of holiday event. And this is such a nice, cool toned red that I think a lot of us more cool toned to neutral people can wear. A lot of the holiday ones have that orangey, like bombshell undertone, which is great if you have a warmer undertone. But cool tone is really hard to get a nice sort of right down the middle. It's not too purpley blue and it's not too orangey. And I would say this one kind of nails it. So finally found it. This is a really good option if you're looking for that holiday red lip. It is not budge proof. You can blot it down and it does leave a little bit of a stain. So you have that option, but this is not like oh, these ones. These are probably, if you want something budge proof and you need to not ever have it show up on your teeth, these Maybelline vinyl ink ones, you can't go wrong with those. Okay, that's it. So hopefully you're seeing some things here that inspire you to go and take advantage of that 30% off. The Sephora brand stuff is overlooked so many times and it really shouldn't be. I will say it is hit or miss. There are some things that, but these are all really good products. You can almost get a full face with all of these things at drugstore prices. And this is a way, even if you're not one of the Rouge members where you're getting 20% off, this is a way that you can still really benefit from the 30% off sale and join everybody else who's getting all the good deals at Sephora right now. The sale goes through Monday. I know that this is uploading a little bit on the late side, but you have all weekend to go ahead and take advantage of those. They do sell out of a lot of the Sephora items, so I would definitely encourage you to go check them out before some of them are gone. Just because they're such a good deal. I mean, as I've shown you, beautiful products and quality and definitely worth it, especially when you're getting 30% off. Okay, if you have any questions, go ahead and leave them below as always. If you like this kind of content, I would really appreciate if you would give me a like and subscribe. It really helps my channel to grow, and I appreciate you guys being here. I hope you are having a wonderful day, and I hope that this was helpful in showing you some things that you might not have considered that are definitely on deep discount right now. I thank you again for being here, and I will see you in the next video.